This training block, it's probably the most brutal I've ever run in my 20 years of running. But if I want to run a sub 250 marathon, I need to push my body into new territories. It's February 2025, 9 weeks out to the Milan City marathon, 6th of April, where I will try to beat my personal best and run a sub 250 marathon for the first time in my life. In this video, I share my next 4 weeks training block, probably the most intense one of my 20 years running career. Like today's training, 4 times, 4 kilometers pace, 3 minutes and 40 seconds per kilometer, 1 kilometer rest at 4 minutes and 20 seconds per kilometer. If you not call it rest, seriously. Let's do today's training and then we go home. And I share with you in full details my next 4 weeks training block schedule, the reason behind each session, and what I need to improve to truly get as close as possible to the sub 250 marathon. Let's go! Mamma mia, welcome to hell. What a training. This really pushed me to the limit. I think I started too fast. The first 2 bouts, 3 minutes 40 seconds per kilometer. I think it was a bit too much and I paid that in the last one. So the last one I went above the limit, really. Almost maximum effort. I did 350 in the last one. It was just too much, but it's good. I mean, I was able to execute the 4 of them, even though I had to slow down, but I made it. Moving the lactate threshold is probably the toughest job. You need to spend a lot of time above your lactate threshold in zone 4, and it's hell.
If I want to have a true chance of running a sub 250 marathon, I need to improve my anaerobic capacity. Not a massive gain, but just what I need in order to get there. This training block, 9 weeks to the Milan City Marathon, 6th of April 2025, is all about speed. Zone 4 till I collapse. But why is that? If you watch my last video about the results of my January training program, you know that I improve a lot, but I'm still missing a piece. I think as of today, I'm able to run a marathon at 4 minutes per kilometer, but based on my calculations, if I want to be comfortable and be confident about running a sub 250 marathon, I need to aim at 3:45 per kilometer. The challenge is that 3:45 to me today is already in zone 4. And it's a complete different dynamic, different effort for my body, and I can't sustain that for a full marathon. So the goal of the next 3 weeks is to move my anaerobic threshold, to increase my VO2 max in order to gain those 5 seconds per kilometer that will set me for success for the sub 250 marathon. How do you train that? An enormous amount of workouts in zone 4, high speed recovery. We can call it no recovery at all. Have a look. First week usually start with strength training, and then on Tuesday easy run. On Wednesday fartlek, 4 minutes fast, 2 minutes easy run. Then on Friday strong progression, easy run 10 kilometers, and then from 4:05 minutes per kilometer to almost 3:30. Sunday, the 9th of February, is what I just did, very advanced training. 4 times, 4 kilometers at 3 minutes and 40 seconds per kilometer, with 1 minute recovery, essentially in zone 3 at 4 minutes 20 seconds per kilometer, 4 minutes 15. As I said, I struggle a lot with this training because it's really pushing hard, right? You have a long session above your LT2, anaerobic threshold, and then essentially no recovery. You can easily see that in my heart rate graph. See where I essentially have no recovery because, I mean, you're running fast, you're running in zone 3 even during that kilometer that we call it recovery, but it's not recovery at all. I struggled because I started a bit too fast, but I was able to make it till the end, which is good. Following week, again, massive amount of workouts and kilometers above LT2 in zone 4. Wednesday, 3 times, 2 kilometers at 3:50, and 2 kilometers easy run. Again, slightly above anaerobic threshold because you don't want to be too far away. You need to train the anaerobic capacity, you need to train the VO2 max, so you need to stay close to the sweet spot of LT2, right above that one, and try to train and be constant on that pace. Friday, 10 times, 1000 meters, 3:30, possibly on track, recovery 2 minutes, easy stroll. Here another very intense workout. Then on Sunday, a critical marathon test. Total 34 kilometers. The first 15 kilometers zone 2. I would say brilliant zone 2, like 4 minutes 40 seconds per kilometers or even slightly above, it depends on your heart rate. and then a push, a progressive push, 6 kilometers at 4:05, 7 kilometers at 3:55, and the final 2 kilometers at 3:45. Wow, this is a test. If I'm able to run properly, what I mean properly, we're in control, right? Not exhausted, thinking that I will be able to have more kilometers in my legs after the end, then I know that I will be in a good place for the marathon. Third week, a bit less intense, easy fartlek on Wednesday with some session 1 to 3 minutes and so on. Friday and Sunday, 2 very intense workouts. On Friday, 3 times, like 4 kilometers block with different speeds. 1 kilometer 4:05, 1 kilometer 3:55, 1 kilometer 3:45, recovery 1 kilometer 4:15. You see that pattern, right? This is how you train your anaerobic capacity. You stay with a very high heart rate above your anaerobic threshold and essentially you don't give your body the time to recover. I'm recovering in zone 3. 4:15 for me is already zone 3. I hope I will be able to execute this training properly. And then on Sunday, another important test. 21 kilometers at 4:05. In this case, again, the benchmark is that I want to find this training easy. I want to be in full control with a very low heart rate, under 165 ideally, which is probably where my anaerobic threshold is today. This is my training program from 9 weeks to 6 weeks to the Milan City Marathon, 6th of April 2025, sub 250 goal. I hope that this 3 weeks block will set me up for success, will move my anaerobic threshold. Again, I just need that small gain. I know it's not easy because it's not linear, it's exponential, right? The faster you go, the harder it is, like to gain even just 1 second per kilometer, but I know I can make it. It's there. I just need to go and get it, and hopefully I will be able to execute this block properly, own it, and then be ready for the next month and a half of trainings to my sub 250 goal. If you want to follow my journey, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. See you next video. Let's go!